Hey everyone, and welcome to a new manga update. And in this update, I'm going to do a tutorial on face proportions. I also have other news. As I said before, I was working on my website, and I just completed it last week. So if you want to check it out, it's viniciussandins.com. Don't worry, I'll put it in the description so you guys could check it out. I have my gallery there of most of my work, a portion of it at least, of the better illustrations and such. And I also have my animation stuff that I work on, and also the comic books. Alright, so when I start a head, I usually slightly sketch the head, and it's two parts. It's the circle, which is the top of the head, top meaning from the nose up, and then the oval, which would be drawn around the circle all the way to the bottom to make the bottom of the nose, which would be the jawline area, all the way down to the chin. And you draw those lightly. Once that's drawn, I take out a ruler so I could start doing guidelines. Of course, you don't necessarily need to do guidelines once you're a little bit more experienced and skilled with proportions. You kind of already know where you want the eyes to be and the size. So that's what the guidelines are for beginners, usually to get the size of the eye that you want, and to pretty much align the parts of the face. So that being the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, which is basically your signifiers to know where everything is at. So where I start is first I draw a symmetrical line right between the oval and the head sketch, the circle sketch, and from there I start doing my guidelines. The first guideline would be the eye guideline, and that is usually at between the part where the circle and the oval meet, and that's where you'll draw in the first line. Now where the circle ends is at the bottom, is usually like the line that you use to draw the nose area, the nose line, guideline. Between the nose guideline and the bottom of the chin is usually where the mouth is, and that's where you draw the mouth line. So once you have those done, you then go and you do the eye guideline, which is between the left and the right of the symmetrical line that you did in the beginning. And that's it's probably like halfway between those two sides, and you draw a line right in the bottom. Once there, I usually start with the eye, just a slight sketch on both sides just to get where it is, and then I draw like the rest of the eye socket, and from the tip of the socket that gets closer to the nose is where you'll draw a guideline going vertical, and that vertical line is basically the beginning of your nose. And then you draw the nose, and you draw the other guideline to the right, telling you where the nose ends on that side, and you draw that. And now once you get to the mouth, you just draw a little indication of where the mouth is, making sure that it doesn't pass the eye pupils guideline, because that's pretty much the length of your mouth in certain drawings. If you look at your face, you could use your face also as a guide, or if you're using a reference of a picture or a model, it's also good references just to use your pencil or like a straight edge to pretty much measure where everything is at. Once you have those set, then you start drawing everything out. I usually start with the eye, making sure I used a ruler so everything looks symmetrical on the other side, and nothing's too big, nothing's too small. And then you just start going all the way down, draw the nose, and then you finish up the mouth. So once that's done, you pretty much, once you have all these guidelines set and you start drawing the face, pretty much from there all you need to take is to pretty much pay attention to the reference you're using, making sure you're not drawing too dark, because of course you want to be able to erase, and you don't want the eraser to smudge what you've drawn. And that's pretty much it. Of course, there are many different drawing styles. This is just what we call a profile pick, which is pretty much used for mugshots. This is pretty much what people do when they're doing wanted posters. The artist would draw like profile shots, and then you have the side shots of their face, which is pretty much the exact same proportions. It's still the same system, still the same how we use it. It's all making pretty much your face is already very aligned. You just pretty much have to follow and just make sure the reference that you have, there's a way for you to measure and follow each point within the face. And from there, it's just pretty much drawing as best as you can. Of course, it takes practice, so you should be doing it constantly. Usually, I believe drawing the face is where you start before you start going into the body. The body is a little bit more, it takes a little bit more time. It's an understanding of anatomy that you need. But once you have all that down, you could pretty much draw any character's face, any character's body. And once you start learning a bit more of movement, the best references would be pretty much figure drawing. There are websites that you could find on Google that have like figure drawings of people, or you could even go on Google Pics and just put up action poses, and it'll come up with different poses for you to draw. There's also a book that I believe that I showed in the first tutorial, which is a colossal book of action poses, and that book is actually a very good resource because it gives you a lot of different positions and poses that you could draw that are pretty much for comic books, if any of you are interested in that, which if you're watching this, I would expect you to. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was pretty much it for me. Please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to get more videos like these, and watch some of my D-Hunter videos so you could get a little bit of knowledge on the project itself. And thanks again. Thank you for everyone who subscribed already, and I hope to see you on the next video. See you there.